to zoom back in for USC at Purdue. This was more or less a warning sign to Trojan fans. This was not a pretty game, 33-17. I know throughout this, it was a multiple possession lead for the Trojans, and another one where we technically got it wrong, but we were kind of hoping that Purdue would make it something. We talked about going into this game can the Boilermakers keep the Trojan offense off the field? And they somewhat did that. They had a lot of 8+ play drives. I think it was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8+ play drives. That's I mean, you're asking already a lot from your offense, who don't have a lot going in terms of weapons. The big guy that we thought was going to have a good day, Devin Maccabee, I think he only ended up with 45 yards with 12 carries, 17 yards being the longest. They kind of shut him down. There was an interesting play with Ryan Brown, a double pass, or I don't even know what the hell kind of play trick it was. They almost had the ball intercepted. The Trojan player almost again picked it off, but the ball slipped through his hands. Brown, the quarterback, picked it up and then ran it into the end zone, and they kind of got lucky there. But that momentum carried them into the second half, thinking that maybe they can get this within striking distance. They just didn't have enough firepower, unfortunately. But again, I think this is a warning sign to what's to come for USC. They get 305 yards through the air, only 52 through the ground, so it looks like the run defense is going to be somewhat all right. But again, when they play an actual team, which they haven't done so far this season, and Purdue, when you think about it, they've had a huge turnaround of this offseason. They're in the same boat as like your North Carolinas, your West Virginias, even though West Virginia did win this past weekend in the backyard brawl against Pitt. But massive turnaround. I think Barry Odom has done so far a great job in his early tenure. He's probably going to be there, I think, for a while. And I think it's actually going to be working out. He just needs a little bit more time. And maybe down the line when they play again in about 1 to 2 years, I believe. This one will be back in the Coliseum, and I think Purdue will probably getting one over USC eventually. 3-point difference ended up being 33-17 again. The last thing I want to mention, again, another warning sign. USC is heavily penalized in their first 3 games against Georgia Southern. We talked about it in the preview. They had 8 penalties for 93 yards. Against Missouri State for their first week, they had 5 penalties for 45 yards. This past weekend, 9 penalties for 103. If they play a well-coached team, more talented team than Purdue, they're not going to be winning a lot of football games. I don't know who they have next up on their schedule. Michigan State, which is, that's going to be an interesting one because they just played Boston College in overtime. Not that Boston College is an impressive team, but Michigan State is going to put up a fight. But that big game back in the middle of the country, Champaign, Illinois versus the Fighting Alumni, that's going to be the first real test. And we'll see if USC is a legit team here in 2025. But they ultimately got the win. That's all that kind of matters. We'll see how everything rolls for both of these programs. I kind of wanted to do this game to kind of preview us, get us acclimated to these programs, not just for this season going forward, but for next season. I think there's going to be some interesting things at play for the Boilermakers and Trojans. And again, 33-17, USC gets the dub. As we zoom out